Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload, and today we've got a game between ByuN and Snute here on Abyssal Reef, the latter edition. This is from a replay pack that Wardy sent out to his subscribers for January, the first part of January. I've got a link to his Twitch stream in the description, as well as his YouTube channel and his webpage. Seriously, you should check this guy out. He has so many amazing players in tournaments. And he casts very, very well. All right, in the top left-hand corner of the map, we've got the red Zerg player. It is Snute from Team Liquid. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we've got the blue Terran player, ByuN. Haven't seen ByuN on the channel recently. He did not qualify for BlizzCon. He hasn't been involved in any major WCS events that I've seen because of the region lock. It's been hard for me to find his replays, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy that he's here. You ByuN fans should be really stoked as well. What a great Sunday gift for y'all, huh? As there's a pull first here from Snute. It's going to expand behind that. It doesn't mean he's going to go for super early Ling pressure, but I think he is hoping to knock down the expansion of ByuN behind what looks like a very standard 1-Rax expand. Regardless, welcome to your Sunday post. It's about noon Eastern time in the United States, so hopefully you slept in. Hopefully you're having a nice lazy Sunday. You pulled up your computer, pulled up your phone, and said, hey, there's an upload from Falcon Paladin. Wonder what it's going to be this Sunday, and it's going to be a ByuN versus Snute game. Oh, what is better than that? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've missed this guy. Have I said that already? I've missed him so much. All right, the other good thing about going pool first is it really helps you against early Reapers and proxy Reapers and 3-Rax Reapers and stuff that ByuN's been known to do until they were nerfed. Although I've had cast a game of his since Reapers were nerfed. I don't know, but it seems like he's not going for that anyway. So this Reaper's name is Rage Quit. His goal is to get the opponent to Rage Quit through plain harassment. That would be interesting, actually. ByuN is a bit of the Reaper god. If he can somehow convince Snute to quit because of Reaper harassment, I'm going to be very impressed by the future telling abilities of whoever submitted that Reaper name. If you want to submit your own Reaper name to the channel to be used like this, then you can absolutely put it in the comments of any video. Preface it with a Reaper name, and then a colon, and then I'll find it. Check him out. ByuN's checking for Lings. He knows Lings are on their way. He's played against Snute before. Look at him defending. Oh, he's just defending his expansion. Oh, Rage Quit. No harassment from you. You're playing defense. Do these Lings know? Why are these Lings trying to go in? It's like they're hiding. Are there any more Zerglings on the way? No, production tab says just drones and speed and stuff. This is weird. They must have known. They know. Because the Reaper hasn't shown up over here yet, so he knows it's playing defense. And if he goes in there with slowlings, they're just going to die. So he's not wasting them. He's going to leave them here. This is one of the qualities that makes a great professional StarCraft player great, is them not wasting units. I'd probably go in there with these Lings and see anyway, and then the Reaper would murder both of them, and then I'd be out units. He'd have lost nothing, and I'd be behind. That's how this works. The good thing for Snute, though, is that he's able to get his third base at 3 minutes. He's able to just drone up with impunity. Got queens out. There's really nothing he needs to worry about. Didn't need to really prepare for the Reaper at all. But here come a couple Hellions and our Reaper, so perhaps he needs to be worried a little bit. As he's droning up, holy smokes, what does he have back home? 3 queens. And making so many drones right now. He's making 5 at a time. He's going to have 10 more than ByuN very, very shortly. Look at ByuN pausing right under this Overlord. Hey, guys. He says, I see you down there. Are you going to try to kill my stuff? I'm going to send my Lings in if you're going to do that. But then Hellions and the speed doesn't matter in that case. You got burned alive there. So both Lings died anyway, but they did scout the presence of the natural base, which I think the Overlord might have seen already. Honestly. Queen comes out to say, hey, this is our side of the map. This is Shark territory. And then the Jets back on out. I assume that the Jets are going to be Terran and the Sharks are going to be Zerg. I don't exactly know why. Is it Jets and Sharks? I haven't seen West Side Story in a really long time. Pretty sure it's Jets and Sharks, and they gather on the street and snap at each other and do a dance-off. It's pretty insane. Oop, that's an armory, and this is a lot of Hellions. That means Hellbat push. Hellbat push out of ByuN. Lings and Queens going to be the defense here. Any Banelings, any Roaches at all? Absolutely not. This is bad, actually. Lings trying to get some damage off, but no, this medevac healing so very, very nicely. Queens, I think, might be able to hold this, and getting some transfuses off would be good from Snute. I think did he miss there as well? Actually, none of them have enough for a transfuse, do they? They don't. They really don't. Lings coming in, trying to help, getting immediately killed. Do help killing one of them here, but man alive, check this out. Rage Quit is still living. He's got 3 kills. This Queen's going to go down to something. More Lings popping on out, and that is enough to actually force ByuN to get the heck on out of there. So that was a lot of dead Queen, man. 3 dead Queens, 6 Lings, 6 drones went down. Wow. Nope, just kidding. That was the wrong tab. 21 Zerglings, 4 Queens, and a creep to roll it down for 3 Marines, 4 Hellbats. Oh, Rage Quit. Rage Quit. Oh, Rage Quit dies. Rage Quit gets killed. 1,300. Resources lost at 1,000. Ling's up here at the natural base of ByuN trying to do some stuff, but 2 Hellbats and a Banshee going to be pretty good against these Lings. Picking off the SCVs in the natural pretty nicely, though. That's 4 down. The Lings are all going to die. Can they finish off this Hellbat before they go? Nope. Absolutely not. Meanwhile, Hellbat sneaking into the natural base, trying to finish off this Queen, getting chased. Oh, does get it. 3 kills there. That's a lot of dead Queen, yo. That's 5 dead Queens. Cloak coming in for ByuN. He's going to get Cloak Banshees. What an insane opening to this game. It's 54 to 37 Harvesters. Snute is way up, but these mules are going to help immensely at this natural base. 3rd base under construction right now at 5 minutes for ByuN. Banshee going to come on in, but there's Spore Crawlers available. There's detection here. And the Banshee's not going to be able to do a whole lot, I feel like. Are you going to go in there? More Hellbat attacks. Man, ByuN does not let you alone. I mean, he left Snute alone for the first 3 or 4 minutes, but after that, it's just been a consistent onslaught of units. Banshee trying to kill some of these Queens. He still has 8 of them? Holy cow, he's lost 5, and he has 8, and he's making 2 more. 13 Queens in the first 6 minutes for Snute. This is actually not a bad strategy for you Zerg players out there. Just making a ton of Queens and Lings, you can survive a lot. But now making a Roach Warren is Snute. Got another Banshee coming in here from ByuN as well. I don't know how effective more Banshees are going to be, but he's already got 2, so 3. Is that enough to overcome the Spore Crawler Queen defense? I don't think it is. Again, there are so many Queens on the field right now. Actually, one at the main base. 3 over here at the natural base, and then like 7 at the 3rd. He really wants to keep the 3rd. Here we go. Hellbats sneaking on in. Queens, Lings going to try to deal with the ground stuff. Wow, the Banshee's trying to get rid of the Queens on the ground here. Spore Crawler trying to burrow itself in a position in this middle where they can actually detect where these Banshees are. Hellbat's trying to burn stuff alive here, but I just think there are too many Queens. Too many Queens to make this thing happen for ByuN, and that's a good game. Wow. ByuN taps out here at 7 minutes as part 1 of our sneaky twofer is over now. Yes, we're going to have more Snute and ByuN coming up just after this, but what a ridiculous game. ByuN's aggression, he kind of all-in it a little bit. He was down 71 to 47 Harvesters at the end of it. He had killed 0 drones. He killed 0 drones? Oh no, ByuN. How did you kill 0 drones? So many Queens. That's the answer. So many Queens. 9 Queens at the end of the game, lost 7. 16 Queens produced by Snute in the first 7 minutes of this game. That is how you hold off this kind of stuff, apparently. Zerg players, take note. Resources lost, going to be 2,300 for Snute and 2,600 for ByuN, but he recognized he was down a base, he was down a ton of workers, he'd cut some SCVs to try to win this thing early, and he couldn't do it. So let's see what happens in game number 2 of our sneaky twofer, and we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back to game number 2 of our sneaky twofer between Snute and ByuN here on Catalyst, the Ladder Edition. This is not a best of 3, so just because there are 2 games does not mean that Snute wins this game. I have not watched this. I do not know who wins, but I'm pretty darn sure that Snute is not guaranteed to win this game just because there are 2 games. All right, in the top left-hand corner of the map, we've got the red Zerg player. It is Snute from Liquid Gaming. And in the bottom right-hand corner, once again, is going to be the blue Terran player, ByuN. Kind of put all his eggs into the Hellbat Banshee harassment basket, and Snute said, you know what you can do against that is 100 Queens. I'm like 16 Queens in the first 7 minutes. Get Spore Crawlers, get Lings, get a Roach Horn at some point. I mean, eventually I'll need one of those, but for defending what ByuN's trying to do, nope. Not necessary. Did not go Roach Horn or Ravagers or anything. That was actually fairly inspirational from a Zerg perspective. I know, Zerg is probably the most overpowered of the 3 races right now. There's really no arguing with that. Unless, I have seen certain Zergs complain about Protoss recently, which, I don't know. I just kind of feel like make Hydras and win right now. I need to do some more laddering. I gotta do some more laddering before I can talk, right? Can't talk that much if I don't ladder a whole lot. Anyway, pool first again from Snute going into a hatchery. I mean, looks like pool first doesn't really slow down your economy all that much. And the ability to get a hatch out early allows you to get your queen production started. And that's good. Getting queen production started is always a very, very nice. ByuN, if this is not a Reaper, I'll be shocked. It is a Reaper. Reaper's name is Blue Reaper Colt. You may have heard of his hit song, Don't Fear the Oyster. Jokes. Old school jokes. For the music. Man alive, Don't Fear the Reaper by the Blue Oyster Cult. which I believe somebody, one or two people, have made that suggestion for the Reaper names before, but that might be people who are not even here anymore. And if you're hearing this, you might not have heard it the first time around, so the joke is new to you. That's how this works. The joke is new to you. That's actually one of my favorite XKCD comic strips. If you haven't seen it before, I'm a big fan of XKCD. It's just .com. It's kind of stick figure drawings, but it's always very smart, usually tech involved, internet stuff as well. And it shows somebody, like there are two people are having a conversation, and one guy says, yeah, it's kind of like the Mentos and Coke thing. And somebody goes, wait, what? What's that? And he says, your response can be, you stupid, you haven't heard of Mentos and Coke, or you've been living under a rock. But he suggests that your response actually be, wow, you're one of the few people, you know, in our country, in this sphere of understanding, that doesn't know what that is, as these lings do knock down the SCV at the natural. Oh, they didn't kill him. It just made him run away, pausing the expansion and trying to get on up, forcing the Reaper back home. But it should be, that's fantastic. You get to be one of the few people today to learn what Mentos and Coke are. Let me show you how awesome this is. That's how it should be, right? That's how it should be. So I try to hold that. I try to hold that mentality in my brain as much as I can. So if you haven't heard the Blue Reaper cult joke before, welcome. I hope you enjoy it very much. It is a very good one, and it's a very good song. I might put a link to it in the description. I'll probably forget to do that, but if you remind me, I'll put it in the comments. The Don't Fear the Reaper song by Blue Oyster Cult. I'm sure you could also Google it and find it, but anyway, it looks like we're doing the same thing from ByuN. That medevac plus the factory making Hellions here indicates he wants an armory at some point. There it is, and he's going to go Hellbat once again. Now, the question is, does Snute know what's coming, and can he prepare for it once again? Is this going to be a very quick play? I don't know. Blue Reaper Cult trying to kill creep tumors. Oh, Queens take him out first. Hellion buddy didn't really take any of the damage. Well, some of the damage for him, but he's toast. He toast, unfortunately. Another base. Yeah, that's his third base, obviously. Third base coming in. 18 lings. Whoa, Snute is ling flooding. He kind of did that in game 2. I don't think it was this many. Was it 22 lings? He's just going to try to kill this natural base of ByuN before this wall's up. And I think he's going to be able to do it. The lings have speed. They're all coming out. And I mean, this poor single Hellion, soon to be Hellbat, is just not going to be enough. These guys, I mean, 3 Hellions and 4 Marines with a medevac, I don't think they can kill 22 lings. That's just too many as it is. Well, the lings are coming down the left side while the attack from ByuN's kind of coming up right up the middle. So they're going to pass each other in the night. There's going to be very little to defend here for Snute, except for his million queens. He's got 3 more on the way. Already has 5. Jeez, Queens got to focus something down. They're trying to spread themselves out so the splash damage doesn't matter. Lings are going to town at the natural base. Lifting the wall is ByuN. He's going to lose his natural here, but he needs to do some killer damage to come back and not lose in 7 minutes again, like in game number 1. Losing a couple queens go down very quickly there to these Hellbats. What has he lost so far? So just a Marine. Oh, this Hellbat push is much better. Okay, that one dies. That one dies. Lings wrecking stuff at the natural base. Really no opposition from ByuN. He's pulling back into his main base, but these dudes, is he going to actually kill some drones this time is the question of the day. None yet. Absolutely 0 so far, but there we go. Starting to get 2. This natural base in a lot of trouble. Drones retreating for their lives. Ling trying to, no, bad pathing by the Ling. Should have gone around the backside there. More queens coming down from the main base, but this Hellbat group doing so much better this time. The Lings coming home after ravaging the natural base. This should be enough, and yeah, ByuN recognizes that it is. Picks up, boosts out. Medevac somehow did not die through all of that, and there's a Liberator shutting things down here at the third base as well. More drones going down. 10 drones being murdered. Snute still has 35 to 26 for the ByuN. Liberator trying to murder things. No. Nope, not allowed, Liberator. It's getting stabbed by this queen. I don't know if you're going to be able to set up at all, Liberator. You got to get somewhere safer. Oh, is there any queens in the main base? Not really. Oh, man, Liberator is able to set up. These drones are going to come back in the circle of doom. A couple of them going to die before the Liberator falls. How is there still a Hellbat here? 10 kills, Sergeant Hellbat, and he's dead. Holy insanity of the first 6 minutes of this game. 3,000 resources lost for Snute, all entirely minerals, because he hasn't made anything that uses gas yet. And 2,400 for ByuN with some gas, because he has made some Liberators and Medevacs and stuff. Those are stuff that are gas. All right, Lings checking this natural base, seeing more Hellions defending it here. 6 of them, and the handful of Lings that Snute set down was not enough. Maybe 8. If you're lucky. Following it up with Cloaking Field again is ByuN. He's going for this Banshee play. I just don't know. Snoot's still making queens. He's got 5. He's making 2 more. He did lose 7. Whoa, that's the big difference there. He lost 7 queens and 15 drones in that attack instead of like 2 queens and 0 drones in that attack the first time ByuN tried it in game number 1. All right, here we go. Blue flame, not blue flame, regular flame. I don't know why I said blue flame. Lings and queens trying to deal with these Hellbats. No medevac support this time, actually, and the spread on the queens is actually insane. The splash damage cannot get more than a couple of them at a time at the most. This poor guy's got 5 kills. He's a corporal, but he knows he's not getting home to see his mama or his wife and kids again. I guess, I don't know. How old do we think this guy is? He's alive, though. Maybe he will make it home. No, he's not. He toasts. What is this? Banshee picking off some drones. Look at that. 2 kills already. Holding where there's no Spore Crawler, right? You stay between the bases where the Spore Crawlers don't have detection coverage, and your Banshee can do some work with transferring drones and queens and whatnot, which is a good place to put it. That's why sometimes you see Zerg players put spores in the middle of nowhere. It's for this very particular reason. Ling's trying to come through this front door, but enough Hellions and Marines to shut that down back home. I can tell you that much. Not going to be allowed at all. All right, what do we got? +1 melee attack, +1 ground carapace for Snute coming in, going for a lair. Banshee's just picking off drones, man. Picking them off from above, death from above. Ooh, the Queen's finishing it off. Where was this detection and this detection created a ring of detection right about here. The Banshee could not deal with, especially considering there are 9 queens on the ground right now. Their anti-air is so good. I saw a post on StarCraft subreddit today that said that Zerg needs better anti-air, and I said, I'm not convinced of that. Queen anti-air is really great. Like, really great in situations like this, and against Protoss too, honestly. I don't know. Another Banshee trying to sneak inside the main base. 2-3 queens and detection available. Nope. Lair's done, which means Overseers are going to come out. That'll be super useful for Snute, getting 10 Banelings too. And third base going to land for ByuN. His army isn't great right now. He's got a Banshee, 2 Hellbats, a tank, and 16 Marines. For 8 minutes, it's not fantastic, but Snute seems content to kind of sit back and macro up. He's up 20 workers, 69 to 49 total workers here, but leaving ByuN alone for a while seems like a bad idea. ByuN able to stabilize, get his army back up, get his upgrades going. His upgrades are pretty great. They're late, though. ByuN upgrade timing is usually closer to 12 minutes for +3/+3, but in this case, where he went so heavy on the Hellbats early and the Banshees, he didn't have the money to go for the upgrades for his bio, and he transitioned. So the upgrades aren't as good as you'd expect. You'd have at least +1 at this point, probably maybe +2 for ByuN at this stage in a regular bio game, but he skipped it. And here we go. This 4th base that Snute just popped in the top right-hand corner is under huge problems. Marines with stim, right? Going to be pretty good. Even if they don't have combat shield yet. Going to take down this 4th base. Can they get it? Nope. The Lings and the Banelings rolling in. Holy smokes, they're going to save that base. Pick up. Yeah, picking up who he can, leaving everybody else to die. Wait, they didn't die. Oh, target firing some Banelings before the 2 Marines die. That is just ByuN control right there. That's disgusting. 410 average APM for Snute, 338 for ByuN. Got a Spire coming up back home for Snute. Infestation Pit is done too. So Ling Bling Muta thing, possibly with some Infestor support. Might go for Ultras though. That +2 melee attack, really an indication to me that we're going to see Ultras out of Snute at some point. Now ByuN, on the other hand, very good at dealing with Ultras. He knows to make ghosts. He knows to make steady targeting. I know a lot of people badmouth steady targeting and ghosts. It can be interrupted, they say. Yeah, but the range on it, if you can protect the ghosts at all, you're going to be just fine. And the targeting time, it's not like it's 10 seconds to target. It's fast. It's like 2. I don't know. I just feel like ghosts should be more used against Zerg, both against Broodlords and against Ultras, and Terran players who struggle mightily with Ultras and try to do it with Marauders or try to do it with Liberators. I mean, it's either tanks or ghosts for me, honestly. The most success I've seen on my channel against Ultras has been with tanks and with ghosts in the lifetime of my channel. It just has. Marines trying to clear out some creep troopers in the middle. They do, but they also die for it. Another group of Marines. Banelings murdering all of them before ByuN can pick them up. Medevac says, I better get out of here. This is a dangerous place for me. Corruptor's out. And there is an Ultralisk Cavern. All right, so Corruptor's the play, which I love from Snute. Corruptors as anti-air against Medevacs are just wonderful. They're harder to kill than Mutas are. They hit pretty dang hard against those Medevacs. Actually, do we have any Medevacs we can click on? No. Holy smokes, we don't have any Medevacs for ByuN. That's the other key to beat a Terran, is to say, you don't get Medevacs if you're going bio. Sorry, dude. Fourth base is landed for ByuN, though, so it's 4 base to 4 base technically right now, which is great for ByuN. He's only down 9 workers at this point. He has killed 18 drones and lost 10 SCVs, so it's better. He's winning. He's not killing in that category. And there's your hive from Snute. Obviously, there's a hive because we have an Ultralisk Cavern. Getting chitinous plating, getting adrenal glands for the Lings, increasing their attack speed by 40%, which is a huge increase. It increases their DPS by like 1,000,000%. That's not true, but just makes them way more effective. Remember how unupgraded Lings are bad? Well, fully upgraded Lings, Cracklings, with the Adrenal Glands upgrade are some of the best units in the game. Sure, if they're trying to take down a planetary fortress by themselves, bad. If they're trying to run into a line of siege tanks, bad. But if they're allowed to do their thing and get up in melee range to something, they can burn down buildings very easily. They can take down tanks if they can get a surround on them super fast. Even Bio, if it's spread out like this, has a hard time dealing with Cracklings. That surround capability where all of them are just mashing at you as hard as they can, as fast as they can, is a problem. And what is this? Oh, Caustic Spray. Trying to take down a factory here in the main base, but no, enough Marines to chase those dudes away. Didn't want to lose any Corruptors very sillily here. Banshee on the frontier. Picking off a creep tumor, chasing off those queens as the creep is trying to be spread down this left side. ByuN says, I want the left side for myself, thank you. I'd like to expand down here, and the more creep down in this direction, the worse it is for me. Yep, there's your Ghost Academy. Check it out. ByuN knows. ByuN knows there's Ultras coming because he scouted it. Where the heck is the Ultra Cavern? No, he didn't. But he saw the upgrade on the Lings, right? He's been dealing with these Lings. They already have +2/+2. He says that there's no way. It's just going to be for the Ling for the +2/+2. It's got to be Ultras coming, and there are. And there, in fact, are. So good job by ByuN recognizing the Queen stuff is huge. Mobius Reactor coming in, increasing the starting energy of Ghost by 25. He wants them to be cloaked. He's making 4 at a time. He's getting that +3 infantry weapons. It's still 13 minutes, which is not crazy late, honestly, compared to 12. ByuN is so good at this. So good at this game. Ultras mashing up on top of these Marines. ByuN uncharacteristically lets a few of them die before fleeing, leaving a medevac behind. Yes, and they are armored, which means the damage actually versus massive. I always get that confused. It's versus massive. Corruptors get their bonus, not armored. Good to be reminded of that. That is 29 Banelings in production if you'd like to hear them as they're hatching, so you'll have something to listen to in your nightmares tonight. Here you go. Are you ready for this? Turn up your sound. Not great. Not a great sound. Even as a Zerg player, I recognize that is not a wonderful sound at all. 197 to 184 total supply. ByuN's not maxed out, but in the hands of somebody like ByuN, he might as well be. Honestly. Splitting his army. Lings, Banes, and a Muta swinging down this right side, while the majority of the Lings, Banes, and Ultras. Did I say Muta? Ultra. And 1 Ultra. Anyway, they're split here a little bit. Corruptors coming down the middle. And I think this is a go-for-it moment for Snute at 14 minutes. They can get there? I feel like he can. I feel as though this is possible that he can. I mean, he's thinking about it. All right, Ultra's leading the charge. Left side, right side. The Baneling roll-in. It is disgusting. Can they finish off this planetary fortress? Absolutely they can. They get them. They get all the SCVs. Baneling's trying to crash into these Marines, too. The good stutter step. Target firing. Disgusting out of ByuN. 19 SCVs went down and that 4th base, but ByuN kept most of his Marines. Kept a couple tanks. Kept some ghosts. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. 10 Ultras in production, though, for Snute. Oh, that's a bad sign. 10 Ultras on the way. 13 ghosts. I mean, okay, so steady targeting. 1.43 seconds of aiming, 170 damage, ignoring armor. They're good. They're good at killing Ultras, but 10 Ultras is too much. It's not like Ghost can one-shot Ultras. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio here. You need a couple to do it. Although if you have other units smashing at them too, got some Liberators, got some Marines, got some tank fire as best you can. Snute going for round 2. He just remaxed so fast. Did you see that? Did you see him remax so fast? Making 10 Ultras is a good way to remax, actually. As it turns out. Fully upgraded, 3 attack and 7 armor. Indeed it is. Remember when they had 8 armor? Do you remember? In Heart of the Swarm when it was 8? I believe early Legacy of the Void maybe as well. That was rough for Terran. Here we go. Coming again. Ultra's leading the charge. Baneling's coming to the backside. Steady targeting. Look at that. Ultra Ball gone. Ultra Ball's down to 2. More steady targeting and finish those guys off. Bam. That was it. That was it. Some Ultras come late to the party. Some Queens are here too. Look at the steady targeting on the Queens. Steady targeting is good. Another Ultra goes down to steady targeting. Okay, Seriously, you guys, did you see how those ultras evaporated? He came with 8 ultras. All of them but 2 were dead, and like that. Just like that. Like a snap of your fingers. I honestly cannot tell why more Terran players don't do this. It's so good against Ultra. So good. Maybe harder against Broodlord because they attack from further away. And you do have to kind of risk your ghosts getting up there into fungal range, but I mean, is Snute still going for Ultras here? Still got 6. I don't know about this. Liberators are wonderful too. That 80 damage per shot is just disgusting. Making a 5th base down on the left side is ByuN. 5th base already up for Snute. 6th base up for Snute too. So he's sitting on 6 bases and 69 workers. Oh, here we go again. Banelings, Ultras from the back this time. Ah, Banelings trying to clear off these ghosts. No, actually doesn't happen. Steady targeting, getting rid of yet another ghost, getting out of the range of this targeting a little bit there, which is pretty nice, but more targeting. This planetary fortress is being saved by steady targeting ghosts. Absolutely, yes, but 1-2 ultras getting on top of this ghost group. Steady targeting, trying to finish them off. Planetary fortress hitting pretty darn hard as well, and that ultra ends up dead. 19 more SCVs die. Crikey. ByuN is making this thing happen. How many ultras have died? 18. 18 ultras have died in this game, you guys. Resources lost. Going to be 32,000 for Snute and 18,000 for ByuN. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for ByuN. Ling's running down this left side to this 5th base location. Planetary fortresses here. They say, never mind. Thank you. We've had enough of planetary fortresses for today. This guy's still alive with 26 kills. Anyway, I'm just saying, how many of you Terran players could have faced down that many ultras and banelings coming at you and come out of that alive? With this, I mean, with this ground composition, honestly, right? It's the ghosts. It's the ghosts that are making this happen for ByuN. 5 kills, 7 kills, 3 kills, 4 kills. I mean, these guys have been instrumental. I wish I could see exactly how many ultras they've taken down, but again, if you've killed 18 ultras in the first 18 minutes of the game, you're doing all right. You're doing just fine. So I think ByuN might be happy with his base count. He's sitting on 5. He's got a couple more available bases he could take. Going for a 7th is Snute right now. The problem for ByuN, he hasn't been able to put any pressure on Snute for the last 10 minutes or so. He's trying to clear out creep. He hasn't even touched a single hatchery, a single base, a single production facility. Sent some Liberator attacks earlier, but they didn't do a whole lot either. More Corruptors coming in for Snute. And he's just kind of biding his time. He's not quite sure how to break these ghosts. He is going Broodlord. A little bit of Broodlord. He's got 1 in production. A little bit gas starved, only 500 in the bank, which is spending skills are disgusting. 436 APM for Snute, 350 so far for ByuN. If you're 19 minutes into the game and your APM is 400, you are good. You're good at this. You're good at pressing keys very, very fast. It's not just spamming. It's not just spamming in the early game. It means you're actually fantastic. So Overlords in interesting places to, I guess, scout if they want. Just bracketing this main base and the natural base for ByuN, but he hasn't really bothered to go in and scout because he knows what ByuN has. It's a lot of Ghost. It's a Liberator. It's Marine. It's Marauder. Etc. Getting enhanced munitions, increasing the Raven's anti-armor missile explosion radius by 20% and its tracking range by 50%. That does drop armor by 3. Have we seen this used against Ultras? I don't know that we have. So it would drop it down to 4 armor instead of 7, which seems incredibly useful. Where are my Ravens at? Here they are. They're under production. None of them are out yet, but they'll get there. And actually getting advanced ballistics and Corvid reactor, increasing the range of the defender mode by 4 and the starting energy of Ravens by 25. So ByuN knows what he's doing here. He says, oh, have we seen anti-armor used? Not really. I think we saw it once in a lower game, where the anti-armor missile was basically used as splash against Lings. Didn't really use them against these high armor targets. Like Ultras or like Roaches possibly could be. Now, Roaches might be a better target because they have less armor in general, and they clump up better. Ultras are huge with tiny faces. Why am I recognizing that so many Zerg units are huge with tiny faces recently? Look at that face. No, hold still. All right, do I have to pause you? See that face? See that face down there? That's it. That's the face on an Ultra. So weird. So weird, right? Broodlord faces are small too. With that little tiny face. Ah, freaking me out. How many Ultras do we, or Broodlords do we have? The answer is going to be 8. Whoa, 8 Broodlords. Steady targeting works well on them too. Just a matter of getting on top of them without getting fungled or banelinged or linged or ultraed in the face right now. ByuN is very aware that that is a problem. SCVs, are they? Yep, killing some SCVs to make up additional supply for himself, and he is expanding. All right, he's taking a 6th base on this left side. Every base on this map has been taken except for this one on the right side, which I don't think it's any harder to hold than this one where ByuN's 6th is, but who knows? Who actually knows? I can't tell you. Can't tell you who actually knows. Yeah, this ghost, fully upgraded ghosts here, 19 of them. We have 2 ravens. Going to make another one. Here's our interference matrix is useless. I guess you can do it against queens, but repair drone might not be bad with the number of liberators and Vikings and stuff in the sky right now. An anti-armor missile deals 30 splash damage upon contact and reducing armor of affected units by 3 for 21 seconds. Now, 21 seconds might not sound like a lot to you, but to pro players, that is an eternity. If you can take down the armor on a Zerg army by 3 for 21 seconds, that's going to be pretty useful. Pretty useful indeed. And Broodlords can't even run away from it that far. So Broodlords, surprisingly, a good target here. Now the thing is, right, steady targeting already ignores armor. It doesn't matter how much armor the Broodlords or the Ultras have if you're taking them down with ghosts. But for the rest of the units, for Vikings that are attacking, for tanks that are attacking, Marines that are attacking, reducing the armor on these Broodlords and Ultras will be immensely useful. For ByuN, it's getting high-sec auto-tracking for his missile turrets. And for his planetary fortresses, +3 ship weapons, getting building armor, increasing the armor of buildings, which is good. Missile turrets can you really use extra armor, usually out in the front like this, and they die. They die a lot. More SCVs being sacrificed to the Zerg swarm to scout. Hey, look, there's Broodlords. And free up supply for ByuN. What is he going to do with it? What are you going to do with that extra supply, dude? You have 3 available supply, making more ghost. Looks like getting more upgrades. He's building a command center on this right side. He wants to take a 7th on this right side, make it 7 bases to 7 bases, split the map exactly in half. It's just a question of can he get there? Can he get there without it dying? Continues to scan. A lot of spore crawlers coming up. This is looking so much like Wings of Liberty. Oh, there it is. Steady targeting on the ghosts. Picking a few of them off there. That was pretty good. 3 Broodlords do end up going down. Additional corruptors made by Snute. He's got a big bank. 3,000, 2,000. ByuN sitting on 2,000, 1,000. The problem, this is the problem with late game Zerg. It has always been, if you let them get a max army and a bank, then you have to kill them twice. You got to take out that army one time, and then when they remax in 1.4 minutes, you got to kill him again. Is he going? I don't feel like Snute wants to go right now. No, he doesn't. ByuN just building planetary fortresses at the front. I mean, he's got the minerals for it. He's spending it while keeping a fairly modest bank here. Also, Snute threw down some changelings by his own units. I don't know what that's all about. +3 tanks here against Lings. Even though Lings are fully upgraded, like I said, they're not little gods. They're not that great against siege tanks from distance. They're going to be a planetary fortress. It is. He's not taking the 7th base, is ByuN. Maybe, I don't know. He feels like it's a trap. Oh, some battle cruisers. The anti-air for Snute is actually not that good. He's got 4 infestors. Where does Queens go? Did he get rid of all of his Queens? No, 8. Okay, 8 Queens for anti-air. I don't know. Fully up battle cruisers with +3 attack. Might be all right. Might be just fine here. Infestors waddling around. Do they have mind control? They don't. So their anti-air is going to have to be infested Terrans. And in fairness, the anti-air of infested Terrans is pretty fantastic. So I think Snute's got the tools he needs to win this thing. It's just, whoa, cloak ghost. All right, dude. You had some plans there, but no. Too much detection, too many ultras that way. More SCVs dying. ByuN just whittling down his SCV count. He's got 52 right now, which seems like a pretty safe bet. Oh, and Snute decides to expand down this right way. To where I thought ByuN would take his 7th. This is actually going to be an 8th for Snute. So he's going to have a 1 base advantage. Marines, Ghosts, trying to use that steady targeting on these dudes while not getting murdered at the same time. Snute just kind of poking in. Just kind of poking on in here. Viking count looking pretty fantastic, but again, the anti-air of the Queens and the Spore Crawlers is pretty scary stuff. This might be more of a zoom-out game than we usually get. Just because we're working from such distances with the Broodlords and the Vikings and the Ghosts. Just a lot of distance here. ByuN knows this is here, right? Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Caustic Spray on that refinery using the anti-armor missile, so it does damage, reduces that armor, but then the Corruptors are so far away, they're just going to hang back for a little bit until that debuff falls off. Right? So their armor's now 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. Not great. Just basically got rid of all of the air armor upgrades that ByuN had gotten. Oh, actually getting a Hydralisk Den now. This is the latest I've seen a Hydralisk Den in a while. For Zerg. Getting that +2 missile attack too. He knows if there's battle cruisers out, there you go. Every ultra you kill with steady targeting. You're going to want some anti-air to deal with those Broodlords, that's for sure. Rather. Cloak on the Ghosts. Cloak on the... Or not Cloak on the Ghosts. Fungal on the Ghost. Doesn't root them, but slows them. And Broodling's taken a few of them down there. 7 Ghosts have died so far. That's actually lower numbers than I expected, considering how much they've been in the game and on the front lines so far. These medevacs are just close enough to look like they should heal the Ghost, but they're not. Oh, wait, here we go. Here comes the healing. Thank you. Thank you, they say. Spore Crawlers pushing up. Broodlords rocking down another refinery. They get one, though. Planetary Fortress here, killing some Broodlords. This is the free units from the Snutes. Free units with fully upgraded Broodlings just raining down. Planetary Fortress has 35 kills. It's being repaired, but it's hurt. It's definitely hurt. Tanks try to get rid of Spore Crawlers as they continue to encroach upon the Terran position. Muscular Augments coming in for Snute here as well. And tanks just continuing to fire from distance. Yeah, Spore Crawlers getting murdered here, trying to throw down some anti-air against these Liberators, and actually getting one of those. Steady targeting being tossed down again on the Broodlords from distance, trying to do their best here. Getting one off, but again, the Broodlings from distance can hit these dudes. Hit these dudes pretty darn nicely. This is going to be, I feel like this is a bit of a Battle of Gettysburg situation. More fungal going down on these Ghosts, making sure they can't get close enough, where it's just going to be a bloodbath in this location for the next little while here. Yep, continuing to push in this area is Snute. He wants this base. It's the newest one for ByuN. And if he kills it, he can really have an economical advantage here. It's just the question is, who's being more efficient? It's 37 resources lost, 37,000 resources lost for Snute, and 27,000 for ByuN. So he's being more efficient, as a Terran player should be, and as ByuN usually is. Is he holding those battle cruisers in reserve? He kind of is. Hasn't really used them in battle yet. Some Yamato cannon on these Broodlords would be really good. Actually does one-shot those dudes, doesn't it? Weapon refit. 300 damage, that's absolutely true. Only 225 HP for the Broodlords. 14 SCVs die. I think those are probably sacrificial, if I had to assume. And ByuN pushing up this area that has been threatening his 6th base for quite some time. Pushing back the creep tumors, killing the spores, and forcing Snute to go back. Snute's actually mining from this 8th base rather along the bottom right side. This is in view of ByuN. ByuN knows this is here. There we go. Finally setting up a tank to say, get out. Well, that was bait, maybe. Maybe he was allowing the base to finish because he knew he could harass it from the high ground with this tank. And again, killing units at this point is good. It is very good for ByuN. It's 59 to 26 Harvesters, though. Man, ByuN really doesn't like his workers right now. Army value 12,000 for Snute and a full 16,000 for ByuN, and that's because his worker count is 30 below what Snute's is. And it's going to be enough. More SCVs, sacrificial SCVs up here, going to die. Drones getting murdered here at this 8th base of Snute. 2 Vipers in production. Vipers haven't been used that much. Haven't really seen Abduction or Blinding Cloud, I don't think, or Parasitic Bomb either. Broodlord count very happily sitting at 11. And the Ravens continuing to make Ravens as ByuN with the additional supply that he's freeing up here. Infestor Broodlord. Ooh, EMP down the Infestors there. That was not bad. Oh man, the Broodling Swarm though. That's insane. That is just insane. Alright, holy battle cruiser count. 11 battle cruisers for ByuN right now. Crikey. I mean, that's he can obliterate this Broodlord contingent, can't he? It's 11 to 11. Yeah. Yamato. You can't heal through it because it's instant damage. The Queens are useless. Tanks on the high ground getting rid of this 8th base by Snute. And floating a barracks over that way is ByuN. I don't know why, perhaps for scouting purposes. But who knows? More Ravens coming in too. I don't know. I feel like these battle cruisers are going to be hugely important for ByuN at some point. Snute trying to make an infestor at this 8th base. Gets it killed. And nukes. When did he make a nuke? Huh. I don't know. But the nuke's going to go down. Kill some creep tumors. That's about it. I mean, it's just a creep tumor clearing exercise right now. Snute is too good to take that to the face. That's a lot of dead creep tumor, actually. That is 65 dead creep tumors so far. Trying to plant spore crawlers in the location where the nuke went off. Seems a little bit risky, but we're okay here. Drones, trying to harvest from this extractor that's no longer there. It's kind of a sad thing to see. Trying to rebuild it, getting smashed in the face by some tank fire from distance. Man, this game. All right, so this seems to be the base that is not destined to be taken. ByuN doesn't want it, and Snute can't hold it. I can't believe their APM is still so high. I mean, it's basically 390 and 340 here for these players. Not too shabby. This game. This is as stally of a game as I've seen in a long time. I mean, figuring the fact that it's 32 minutes long, resources lost, approaching 40,000, but not there yet. Usually in 40-minute games or 30-minute games, we've got that number. But ByuN is somehow very sneakily switched to Sky Terran. He's mostly Sky units. He's got the battle cruisers. He's got the Ravens. He's got the Ghosts on the ground, and some tanks too. 3 of them. And 8 Marines, but most of his supply is being sunk into the sky stuff. Ravens, Vikings, and battle cruisers. So if he can, let's see, how do you want to do this? Yamato cannon down the Broodlord fleet. Is it a fleet? Swarm. The Broodlord swarm. ByuN's down to 16 harvesters now. Again, intentional sacrifice here for the most part. And the Broodlords are trying to say, what can we take down here? Getting rid of spore crawlers. It takes 2 Yamatos to take down a spore crawler, but 1 to get a Broodlord, because spore crawlers have almost twice as many health as a Broodlord does for some reason. Marines pushing up, gonna sacrifice themselves. Look at this. Trying to bait here. Spreading creep. I mean, Snute is just playing this as swarmy as I've seen Zerg play in a long time here. Ghosts. Sniping down, EMPing down those queens. That's pretty good stuff. That's pretty good stuff, actually. And here we go. Ultras. I think Snute recognized that ByuN just he's on cooldown for weapon refit right now. Tossing down repair drones, getting the anti-armor missile on top of everything. The infestors are very weakened right now. Broodlords too. The chaos right now as infested Terrans are tapped down. Trying to get that anti-air down. A battle cruiser taking shots, but the repair is able to eat a lot of it here. Another battle cruiser might end up getting finished, but no. Parasitic bomb on the Vikings as they try to chase the Broodlords away. Did any Broodlords survive here? There are 15 dead and no remaining for Snute. He is transitioning into 42 fully upgraded Hydralisks, which seems like a pretty good choice if your opponent is going battle cruiser Liberator. Look at these repair drones. They are good. They are really good. Man, a lot of idle SCVs here for ByuN. He did take the 8th base in the meantime. Snute going for it. Trying to come on in with these Hydras. Again, the repair drones can be targeted down and killed, but in the meantime, the battle cruiser is able to fire down from above with impunity. Tactical jumping not too far away, but just far enough. Maybe try to get some cover from this high ground. Ghosts are trying to attack on in. There's no detection available. The Ghosts can pretty much attack with impunity right now. Hydras target firing down individual battle cruisers. It is one heck of a battle right now. But the battle cruisers are winning. Look at these guys go. Wow. Baneling's getting fired down too. ByuN wins that thing. Losing quite a bit in the process, but I feel like he's okay. It's good. Okay, there we go. That's 62,000 resources lost for Snute so far, and 43 for ByuN. Oh, this game. 29 Corruptors in production for Snute. 29, 33 Corruptors. I'm going to come in here and just wipe this fleet out. I understand you have repair drones available. Actually, do you have any Ravens left? 2. All right, that's good. But Corruptors with their extra damage versus Massive. Gonna be alright against these dudes. Yeah, look at this. Infestor, Corruptor, Hydra. First Snute, but maxed out again. Still got 3,000 in the bank. Drones. Actually, Snute kind of starting the sacrifice himself maneuver here. Wow, Snute wants revenge. Hey, this 8th base that you have, ByuN? No. You do not have it anymore, as it turns out. You try to fly it away, but there's Corruptors here, bro. Gone. Fungling on the Ghost. The Ghosts are on the front lines here, which is not great. Ultralisk chomping through them right now. Trying to win this thing with the BCs, but again, the Corruptor count is insanely high right now. And Tactical jumping out. Tactical jumping out. A couple mind-controlled battle cruisers fighting here, too. Didn't jump super far away, but these Corruptors are just absolutely volleying down these battle cruisers. And every battle cruiser is now dead, except for these 3, I suppose. But they're dead anyway. The Corruptors may be injured, but they still hit super hard. Steady targeting, trying to get rid of this Corruptor group. But no, last battle cruiser gone. Oh no. ByuN has 26 Marines, 5 Ghosts, and a tank remaining. It's 160 to 65. This is not looking good for the Terran player. Snute, amazing remax, exactly what he needed to handle what ByuN had. No more Broodlords for him. Actually, Broodlords now. Now there's Broodlords, now that all the battle cruisers are dead. This might be it. This might be it for ByuN right now at 37 minutes. Got some Infested Terrans tapped on out. Made sure that ByuN has relanded his 8th base for some reason. Caustic Spray on the Planetary Fortress. Canceling, getting out too many fully upgraded Marines and Ghosts here, but just pulling back to the Broodlords. That's all we're doing. Is the Ghost count high enough to deal with this? There's 4, so no, I don't think there is. Don't think there is. 152 to 79 total supply. Never say die. If you're ByuN, it's just looking bad. Looking real bad for the Terran player. Right about now, Hydras swinging on down from the right side here. Getting fairly murdered by these fully upgraded Marines. Broodlords, a little bit too close for comfort maybe. Nope, Transfuses coming down on those Broodlords, keeping them alive. Snute playing through the roof right now. 600 APM for him, 570 for ByuN. Slowly whittling it down. This 8th base is toast. 8 SCVs remaining for ByuN. And that's a good game from ByuN. ByuN is defeated, and Snute was victorious in 38 minutes. Oh, wow. Wow. This is going to be one heck of a units lost tab, that's for sure. All right, let's discuss real quick. What could ByuN have done there? What do we think? I mean, yes, the Ghosts are good. The Ghosts are really good against the Ultras. 26 Ultras died. But the Broodlords are the problem with your Ghosts. They can't get close enough to hit them without getting fungled or broodlinged from a distance. So that's a rough deal. The battle cruisers are great against the Broodlords, but then Corruptors counter them pretty easily. Boy, that's a rough one. That is a really rough one to answer. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Marine resources lost here. Definitely favoring ByuN, but Snute just had so much economy. He could afford to throw away his units for the most part. It's 76,000 resources lost for him compared to 67 rather for ByuN. Yeah, I mean, 15 battle cruisers lost is a lot of battle cruiser. 11 Ravens, 37 Ghosts died, 2 orbital commands, 2 planetary fortresses, and a command center. Snute lost a hatch in the game. 1 hatch. What was that? Oh, this one over here. That one, the 8th base that he tried to take. That was it. 458 Lings is a lot of dead Lings. Yes, 112 SCVs, but ByuN intentionally sacrificed most of those. 16 Broodlords, 25 Corruptors, 107 Banelings, 8 Infestors, 5 Vipers, and 30 Queens went down with 21 Spore Crawlers, too. Whew, it is nap time. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and the Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.